But let me tell you, these things have such a wonderful flavor. Good morning. It's time to start some more sprouts. I have here on the counter, I have the sprouts I'm going to do. I have first, this is radish sprouts. And yes, I tend to overdo things when I buy my seeds. This, of course, is broccoli. And I really lost my mind when I bought these pea seeds. And I'll explain to you why I ended up with so many pea seeds. I was originally just going to buy a 1 pound bag. And then right beside it, it gave me the price for this larger pound bag here. And it was just a few dollars. I mean, very few dollars difference. And I thought, why not? I can plant them in the garden if I'm not going to sprout them. I just didn't see paying the difference for just a pound as opposed to, I think that was actually a 5 pound bag when I started on it. I've learned a lot in sprouting for our home use. For one thing, I don't want to sprout a full tray of pea sprouts. I don't want to start a full tray of radish sprouts or broccoli sprouts. That's just too much. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to open these, put them in some containers here and soak them. The pea sprouts, they say to soak at least overnight. And so I'm going to go ahead and get the process started. And I have trays and I use these little pads here. They're hemp pads. I bought these through Amazon. I got a bag of 10. And when I go to sprout the sprouts I'm going to start now, I'm actually going to cut these. I'm going to cut the pads because I definitely don't need a full pad of any of this stuff. Alright, this is a tablespoon, and I'm not going to even sprout on these smaller seeds a full tablespoon. I've got probably about, I'd say maybe 2/3 a cup of the radish sprouts. I did the same here for the broccoli sprouts. Move it back to where you can see them a little better where the camera can focus. And for my pea sprouts, I'm going to do about 2 tablespoons of those. Now, one thing you have to remember about sprouting seeds is these seeds are going to be ready to harvest typically about 10 days after use. Okay, now I'm going to fill my little dishes here with some lukewarm tap water. And then I'll take these out and set them in the sunroom and let them soak. Okay, I have washed and sanitized the tray that I used earlier in the week. And I'm going to cut these strips to go in here. I bought 10 by 10 trays and 10 by 10 pads, but as I said, that's too much. So there's one little pad that I'll use for my pea shoots. And I'm going to cut another pad here, which I'll use to start some radishes on. And there's another little pad I've cut that I will actually use. It's odd. I'll put them side by side. I want them to try to fit in the tray. That I'll use to put my broccoli sprouts on. The tray, I bought 5 of those and I quickly realized that was a little too much. I only needed about 2 of those trays. I did buy a pack of 10 of the Greenies 10-pack jute pads, but I can see those are going to last quite a while. So you can raise a lot of microgreens for just a little bit of expense. Most people will sprout their peas in dirt, but I find that they sprout just as well on these pads here, and I don't have the mess of dirt. I can just lift that pad up, take my scissors and cut my sprouts, and they're ready to go into my salads or my smoothies, whatever I'm going to use them in. Good glorious morning. I am a little bit late on getting my sprouts in the pans, but hey, we have to admit it, life just happens. Things that do not always go as we have our days planned. But I'm going to show you the sprouts now, and we're going to put them in the containers to let you see exactly how easy it is to grow your own sprouts. Okay, as you can see, the peas, and these are sweet peas, they have already got the little sprouts started out. It won't take them long to be up and growing in no time. Our next container here, we look down in it, this is the broccoli sprouts, and I can see sprouts on those seeds as well, so they'll be up very, very fast. The radish seeds, same thing. They're up. There's little sprouts there. Will not take them long at all to be ready to pick once they're put on the platforms. And I have my mats. I cut them. They have been soaking. I have a separate pan here which I'll put over top of them for a day to let the roots get started. And normally I keep it on there about 2 days, but with the sprouts coming on as fast as they are, I'll have to check it. May only take a day. Okay, I have my sprouts here. This is the radish sprouts. As you can see, I put them in a colander because I don't need all that excess water on these sprouts. I'm simply going to take out my pad here that will house the sprouts. Of course, they've been a little stubborn about wanting to come out. They're very swollen, but okay. The next thing I'm going to do is do the same thing with my broccoli sprouts. I'm going to take them over to the sink and drain the water off of them. They're a little bit smaller than the radish sprouts. All right, now I have my broccoli seeds that are beginning to sprout drained. And this time I'm just going to bump them on the pad. I think that's going to work a little better for me. I'm trying not to damage any root that is on the sprout itself. And now we'll do the same for the pea sprouts. Okay, going to put the pea sprouts on the pad. I'll have to admit the pea sprouts are a lot easier to work with because they're so much larger. All right, I have them in the pan now. All right, now you can see what my pan looks like. They look like they're very thick, but remember, I'm trying to grow sprouts, not plants, so the more sprouts I have, the better. I am going to have to learn how to soak less pea seeds. They swell up quite a bit, and it doesn't take nearly as many of them as you think it would. Okay, so now I'm going to cover these with the other pan. There's plenty of moisture in there. So I have my pan the sprouts are in, and then I have my cover pan here. I'm going to take these out and set them in the sunroom, and I'll update you as they start sprouting. I hope you guys enjoy your day, and we really appreciate you watching our videos. If you get the chance, please subscribe. It is a great way to support us. Thank you and have a wonderful and blessed day.